So I have a theory that I'd like to call the dead slot theory. The idea is that you only need 3 units in a team to beat all of the normal endgame modes in Honkai Star Rail. Recently I've been getting really deep into theory crafting, and I've especially been focusing on the Nova Flare buffed characters. I realised that these characters provide so much value that they can literally replace 2 other units on the team, and still theoretically have enough damage to clear. So in this video, I put the dead slot theory to the test, to see if I can use new and buff supports to clear all 3 endgame modes with just 3 units on the team. Let's get right into it. So we're going to start off with Boot Hill in Apocalyptic Shadow, and if you know me already, you know that's like the least surprising thing that I could have said. Like, the Boot Hill main, the guy who plays Boot Hill plays Boot Hill. And I'm pretty confident that he's going to be able to do it, because I've done something like this before in the past actually. It was a 2 unit clear against the Venturine in Apocalyptic Shadow, just Boot Hill and Fugue. So I have a suspicion that he'll be able to do it with 3. But that was ages ago, and we know how power creep has been, so let's see if he's able to do it now. So I've finally finished my setup, and it's Boot Hill's turn, so we're going to get some stacks of Pocket Trick Shot and see how much he does with 0. 120k with 0 stacks of Pocket Trick Shot. Actually pretty good for a 3-person team, but it should get a lot higher as we ramp up our stacks. Yeah, this is another really good thing about just running 3 units, is that you can guarantee getting hit, so all of your units get some energy, which is just nice for consistency's sake. So we're just getting our last stacks of Pocket Trick Shot now. A cheeky 300k, looking nice. So do we ult the monster or Kafka? We can't let Kafka get another turn. So in her own words, time to say bye. Boom. So now Kafka's not going to get another turn. So we're just trying to get as much toughness damage in as possible right now, so that when Boot Hill breaks, it'll deal as much damage as possible. Okay, let's see. Look at this, look at this. 700k? That's not bad, that's not bad. So we break out 1855 AV as well, which is pretty good as well. Especially considering, again, we only have 3 units in our team. So now it's time for Boot Hill's big damage. 1 million, beautiful. Look at that, beautiful. Look at my boy, beautiful. 1 million damage. And I think we should be able to clean it up here if we just focus Kafka. Alright, we still have a bit of damage left to do. I'm gonna just ult this, and it should be enough. Okay, look at this. Time to say bye. Boom. Wait, it didn't kill. What is that? 1%? Literally 1%. Nah. Be right now. Nah, HSI is actually taking the piss. Actually, have a look at this. Actually, look at it. That's literally like 1 pixel. And now I have to waste the whole basic attack. So now the 1% incident is over. We're finally on to the next phase. So at this point, we're just trying to get rid of the mobs and survive as well. Oh, I almost forgot to note that we picked the Apocalyptic Shadow buff that gives you healing when you use your skill, just so that we could stay alive against this specific part of the fight. And low-key, this side should be a little bit easier, just because we already have 3 stacks of Trick Shot. So once it gets to Boot Hill's turn, we can literally just start getting rid of mobs. So the real question is, will it one-shot? Hopefully we can just get rid of this stupid T-Rex. Okay, it's still alive, but is hanging on by a thread. Let's just get rid of it. Get out of the way, and then we can like start targeting Kafka after. To be fair, it actually does quite a lot of toughness damage when you get rid of it. Maybe like in the last phase, I should have focused the mobs a little bit better. But for a first attempt, this isn't bad. Yeah, I can get straight to Kafka's toughness on this turn. And wow, 1669 AV. 69 AV, nice. And 1 million damage, nice. And now we just finish things off. It should be quite easy at this point. Maybe this one shots. Possibly not. That's a lot. 1.5 million damage. Any other boss that would have one-shotted. Let's be so honest, but okay. Alright, so I think we can get a clear before 1600 AV. And Boot Hill finishes it off at 1610 AV. That's pretty impressive. First try, by the way. That's talent, that's talent. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I know you've heard it a million times from a million different YouTubers, but I am a growing channel and it really helps a lot. With how easy that Apocalyptic Shadow was, it might be safe to say that my theory has some legs. But let me be honest, that team had a little bit of investment, so let's look at a team that's theoretically zero cost, which is going to be Archer and Sparkle with DHPT. And I would say it is technically a zero cost team because you can get Sparkle from the selector. So let's get into it. I've really been enjoying playing Buff Sparkle just because they did a really good job and she finally feels like an SP sport, and the fact that you can get her for free if you pick her and you can play Archer is really cool. I waited to use her ult just because I have Bronya's Sig, which gives you an extra skill point. But I'm thinking now, that's probably not worth it. Like, actually, guys, let's be honest. Would you rather have 1 extra skill point or 30% vulnerability? I would always choose 1 extra skill point. And before you guys say I'm wrong, just think about it this way. Think about this real quick. Give a man more damage and he clears 1 time. But teach a man how to use a skill point and he clears for a lifetime. Nah, I'm just rage baiting. I should have just Sparkle ulted a little bit earlier. All things considered, Archer's actually dealing a decent amount of damage. Like, the whole team is E0, S0. I guess Sparkle's on Bronya's S1, if that counts. But my builds are kind of horrendous because I'm a free-to-play player and I didn't really farm the Quantum set that much. When I first started, I was mostly farming Eagle, so my relics are quite bad. So the fact he's dealing this much damage with 3 units and really low quality relics, I'm quite proud of him. Yeah, just don't pay attention to the MOC buff casually doing basically the same amount of damage as my Archer. But he's still doing really well. 1 enemy left at like a quarter HP. DHPT is just really comfortable here. He's SP positive, gives us a thick shield, and he also triggers some of Archer's follow-up attacks just so that we can get some more SP. I probably should have waited on the Sparkle because I'm kind of overcapped on skill points. But, you know, you get excited when the shiny button pops up. But, yeah, it doesn't really matter because we managed to kill him anyways, and Sparkle's passive got triggered. I'm not quite sure who to focus, either Bronya or Cocolia. So I'm gonna just check their resistances to see if they have anything that I need to be worried about. Seems alright. Cocolia seems alright also. I'm probably just gonna go for Bronya because she gives Cocolia more turns and we can't afford to get frozen because we're not dealing that much damage and we only have 5 cycles to clear. 100k, not bad. 150. I think damage is a little bit lower because Bronya isn't quantum weak, but and every other enemy that we've faced so far is quantum weak, and I'm on the quantum set, so we're not getting as much defense shred against her. But like, we're still dealing a decent amount of damage. She's already half health, so once we get rid of her, it just should be a lot easier. See, this freeze thing is really annoying because if it hits either Archer or Sparkle, it causes a lot of trouble because because Sparkle doesn't have a cleanse, so we have to rely on DHPT's dragon being around to cleanse the team. So we should be able to get rid of Bronya this cycle if we just keep on focusing her and hope that the MOC buff bounces correctly on her. Actually, we're dealing more damage than I thought. Maybe we might be able to get onto Courier this cycle as well. Yeah, we're running out of SP as well, but it's not that bad. I actually do have E1 Archer. I pulled it by accident because I was going for Saber, but I pulled on the wrong banner. But I haven't got it activated, so this is E0 Archer, but after this video, I think I'm going to activate it. So again, just focusing Bronya, and I think I'm going to have to get rid of her fully, just so that the MOC buff bounces all on Cocolia and we can get as much damage in on her as possible. Just because we only have 2 cycles remaining now. Alright, let me lock in. We are currently in a skill point deficit, so we need to start building up our skill points again. See, this is one of the downsides of having 3 units on a team, is that if we had one more unit like a Cypher or even a Tribby, we would have gotten a few skill points here and there from basic attacks. So it's literally like, it's annoying basically just having 3 units, but it's technically enough damage. Alright, now that we're targeting Cocolia, you can see the damage is gone a little bit higher, and we're slowly chipping away at her, and each hit is doing a nice 200k, like not too bad. 350k on the ult, which is pretty good as well. And now that she's broken, she takes even more damage from the broken multiplier, so we're actually dealing decent damage now. I think this should be the run. And yeah, we got lucky with the freeze RNG again, hitting DHPT, and he's already cleansed, so it's not a big deal, but yeah, quite lucky on that one. Okay, let's see if we can do it this turn. I don't think we have the damage to do it this turn. Maybe with the MOC debuff, it'll be able to clear. Let's see. Oh, we run out of skill points. And the MOC debuff bounced a bit too much. I think we should be fine. Like, we should be able to clear in this cycle. So this is going to be my last turn. This is going to be my last turn. So Sparkle, lend me your strength. Okay, we don't get the extra skill point from the Lycan, but let's see if this is enough. Oh, let's see. 300k? Okay. Yeah, we've done it. Easy peasy. Oh, I mean, yeah, now we've cleared. A 5 cycle isn't crazy, but hey, a clear is a clear. And when one of the units is literally a sustain, I think it just shows how strong buffed Sparkle is and how good her synergy with Archer is, that DHPT, who's basically dead weight, was still able to be on the team and they cleared. So now it's only pure Fiction left to go, and I think DOT is on the menu. For those of you that like testing out different teams in pure Fiction, Yukong is literally one of the best units in the game. Let me show you why. First off, look at that range. You literally don't have to move an inch, you just have to press the button. And her low base stats make her the perfect sacrifice. Yukong, what an exquisite performance. I think I'm one of the few DOT players that didn't manage to get Kafka before this patch. Like, I've had Black Swan for ages and Hysolence for ages as well. And I literally started HSL because of an advert with Kafka in it on Kafka's patch, but I got Rame instead. And since then I lost my 50-50 last time she was here. So I'm just really happy that they were giving her out for free. And this team is really strong, like even though everyone's still at E0, especially in Pure Fiction. Like back in the day, before the Pure Fiction rework or anything like that, Black Swan used to be one of the best characters in the whole game because the enemies would just spawn in and die from her Arcana straight away. And literally she feels like that again after her buffs. Honestly, it makes DOT feel like DOT again. Just watching the enemies spawn, take the Arcana and die. Like, yeah, just look at it. It's actually sick. The DOT team right now, we're doing really well just clearing up the first wave of Pure Fiction. Like, that was no struggle at all. And we didn't get hit, and we're full energy again. I put Hycelins on solitary healing just so that she can get more ultimate uptime for more DOT detonation. And Black Swan tends to get kill credit from when we detonate the DOT, so it's literally just like an energy factory. So now I use Kafka's skill for almost 600k, followed up by an ult for 2.4 million. That's insane. And I think it's all down to Black Swan's buffs, isn't it? Because the amount of stuff that she provides alongside like the small buffs that you get from both Hycelins and Kafka is literally equivalent to having a whole nother character on your team. Like, this core is enough to clear anything, and then the sustain is just to keep them alive long enough, innit? Speaking of surviving, this is not the first attempt I've tried this Pure Fiction with this team. That's probably why the commentary is so like rambly, because I've literally like recorded this more than one time. But those archers specifically and amphibious enemies in general are so damn annoying. I think ever since like the flagship team was introduced, the amount of like sustain that you need to survive normal situations has increased by a lot. But yeah, especially when you're running attack scalers in sustainless, it's quite hard. But honestly, the DOT girlies are literally doing so much damage that we're literally on the last phase already, and we have 2 cycles left as well. But this is where like surviving becomes really, really hard. Yeah, because in the earlier phases, Black Swan's Arcana DOT was enough to like kill an enemy as soon as they started their turn, if you had a few stacks on them. But in this phase, you can see even with a decent amount of stacks, they're not taking that much damage from the Arcana, probably about a third of their health. And in this phase, surviving is going to become a big issue because the enemies are going to just keep on chipping away at our health. And genuinely, it's only a matter of time before our whole team actually ends up dead. So we just have to get to 30k, please, this time, so that we can clear and finally have a free unit Pure Fiction clear. So now it's a war of attrition to see if our DOT can chip away. I'm kind of sad that it took this long for me to finally complete my DOT team. But yeah, nah, we're gonna die here, I think. It's looking quite dire. Alright, hopefully Black Swan survives. Oh, she's still alive? She's not long for this one. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's dead. We got an assist from Casteris, which isn't great, but we'll take all the help we can get. Alright, let's see if we can get to 30k. We're at 27k right now. Kafka's ultimate, let's see. Alright, one enemy down. Okay, this might be the end. Oh, so Black Swan's dead. See you later, Black Swan. Who's next to go? Kafka, dead. Okay, Hycelins, can you do it? All shall say farewell to one, and that person alone shall witness a miracle. Come on. 30k? That's a clear. That's a clear. That's a clear. That's a clear. We take it. We take it. A clear's a clear. And that's it. With all 3 rewarding endgame modes in the bag, it's time for a discussion. What are the key takeaways from the dead slot theory? Well, number 1, vertical investment actually helps a lot. Like, if you consider the fact that Fugue's Light Cone, for example, provides more vulnerability than Lingsha's whole kit does in terms of just buffing, it does matter a lot. If you have good vertical investment, you don't need a full team. And our second takeaway is that the gap between newer and buff supports and older supports is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They literally can provide the value of 2 characters in one. And this is pretty much the first time this happened in HSR. And I think Hoyo knows this because newer characters have had a few things that make them synergize more with sustains, so that the sustain is less of a dead slot. So Dardia's passive requires sustain, Finon's passive requires sustain as well. So yeah, it might be getting a bit dire if the supports are just getting better and better like this. And the final takeaway is just put the 4 slot in the bag. Don't be like me. Literally save yourself 1 million hours of retries and just put the 4 slot in the bag. Play a full team. Dead slot theory, my ass. Subscribe. Bye.